Hey, when you think of bottled water, what do you picture? Something like this, I'm sure. Just another clear plastic bottle, right? Clean, pure, boring. But what about this? A tall aluminium can with a skull logo and a slogan, Murder Your Thirst. And believe it or not, this is one of the fastest growing water brands globally and has a cult-like following. Hi, I'm Devesh, and on Brand Broccoli, I serve up ideas for building great brands. Today, we are talking about Liquid Death, one of the greatest challenger brand stories of our times. When I first heard about Liquid Death a couple of years ago, I was very intrigued. Think about it. Who would be crazy enough to do this?
Every time I'm in the store and I see the cans of Liquid Death, it always throws me off. I think it's beer, and then I'm like, no, that's water.
Right.
But why the name?
And why is it in a can?
And why is it in a can?
Right, exactly.
Like a 40-ouncer.
I had the same thing.
Who would even think of Liquid Death? Well, it wasn't really a surprise when I learned that the founder of Liquid Death is a former advertising creative.
I just hate marketing. Like, all of it's so terrible. I never totally fit like the corporate advertising world. I always wanted to do really interesting, cool things, but most clients do not want to do interesting, cool things. I want to create something that's gonna make my friends laugh.
So Mike decided to start a brand of his own that will allow him the creative freedom he wanted. You probably know this. All the cool advertising in food and drinks is for unhealthy stuff. Alcohol, energy drinks, candies. Mike wanted to change that.
We thought it would be interesting to take the healthiest thing you can possibly drink, which is water, and one up the marketing of all the unhealthy stuff. So I created Liquid Death to basically be the first irreverent, non-sparkling spring water brand that's really more of an anti-brand that's kind of making fun of marketing bullshit. Because over 70% of millennials no longer believe what you say in your marketing, even if you're telling the truth.
The industry was already dominated by giants like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Nestle. So how do you stand out in such a crowded market? Most brands just copy what's already worked in the category. But Mike believes truly innovative ideas should seem laughable at first. If an idea makes perfect sense right away, it's probably too obvious.
To come up with truly innovative ideas, you basically have to trick your brain to do something that it thinks is a bad idea. Your brain is so programmed to do the things it's seen a million times before that most of the ideas you come up with, like, it's already been done a million times, or it's not actually innovative because it makes too much sense.
That's exactly how he approached Liquid Death. Instead of following the category playbook of packaged water category, where you have purity and pristine springs, he went the opposite direction. Right from the brand name to the logo to the tagline, everything is a bit edgy for a water brand. A heavy metal inspired water brand? Now that's innovative. Here's something cool I found out about Mike. He was a skateboard kid from the start. Got his first Tony Hawk board when he was just 7. His cousin gave him a stack of Mad magazines when he was 10.
I just completely ate that stuff up, and it was kind of crass and vulgar, but it was art, and it was really funny, and it was spoofy.
Then he got into punk rock. He was always the creative guy.
I was doing the show flyers, designing the album covers, all the businessy, creative stuff.
Even went to college for graphic design before switching to advertising.
I just wanted to make people laugh, which is what really attracted me to advertising, because it seemed like it was more of a place for humor and comedy than graphic design was.
Look at Liquid Death now. It's all of Mike's interest rolled into one brand. Skateboarding, punk rock, humor, and design. The brand has that alternative punk metal inspired vibe. As I mentioned in other videos, great brands carry their origin story. It's like Nike and Phil Knight. The brand is just who the founder is. Mike has successfully built all the marketing firepower in the product itself. If someone sees Liquid Death on the shelf, they have to pick it up.
Have to pick it up because it's so weird or interesting. And then they're probably going to take their phone out, take a photo of it, and post it on their social channels for free to their hundreds of followers.
And they didn't stop at plain water. Liquid Death has branched out into iced tea and flavored sparkling water, with flavor names that sound more like death metal bands than beverages. Rest in Peach? How about some Bury It Alive? These aren't just product names, they are conversation starters. Each can is practically begging to be shared on social media. Mike's investment in the brand is working.
Liquid Death, one of the fastest growing names in non-alcoholic brands, has closed more than $60 million in funding, putting its valuation more than $1 billion.
The company boasted triple-digit growth for the third consecutive year, becoming one of the fastest growing water and iced tea brands in the world. Liquid Death isn't just disrupting the packaged water market. It's giving us a masterclass in branding. And while there's so much to learn from their success, the biggest lesson is this: be authentic. Look how Liquid Death reflects Mike's personality, his punk rock spirit, his sense of humor, and his creative rebellion. That's why people connect with it. It's real. That's it for this serving of brand broccoli. Let's keep those brands authentic and healthy. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.